Hello, my name's Julie Cichero. My background is in speech pathology and research into feeding and swallowing difficulties. We're here today to demonstrate ThickenUp Clear. ThickenUp Clear is a product from Nestle Healthcare Nutrition. Thickeners are used to help people with dysphagia or swallowing difficulties. Thickened liquids help them to swallow more safely. When you and I swallow, the food and liquid that we swallow goes straight down into our stomachs. For people with swallowing difficulties, there's a chance that those liquids could end up in their lungs. The thickened liquids help to make the fluid flow more slowly and allow the patient more control over those liquids. So it's really important that the liquids are thickened to the correct consistency. In Australia, we have 3 different levels of fluid thickness. We have level 150 mildly thick, level 400 moderately thick, and level 900 extremely thick. These different thicknesses are quite important, and they're a little bit like a medication where you've got to be sure that you've got the right dose. For patients with difficulty swallowing, the correct thickness is not so much a matter of choice as a necessity. It's important that they have this for their safety. Today we'll be demonstrating how to thicken both hot and cold drinks using ThickenUp Clear.
Hi, I'm Lisa Coleman from Nestle Healthcare Nutrition. Today I'll be demonstrating thickening fluids using ThickenUp Clear. Firstly, we're going to thicken water in a mildly thick consistency or nectar. Now, for best results, you actually place the powder in the bottom of the glass first. So level off the spoon, place that in the glass, like so. As you can see, it's only 2 small scoops, so it's very economical. Now, grab 200 ml of water and pour into the glass. Give that a stir, and you'll see it actually does thicken quite rapidly. Okay, now it doesn't thicken over time, and it doesn't change the taste or the odour of the product. And it's the same amount of powder, whether you're thickening water, juice, fizzy drinks, and so forth. It doesn't lump either, as you'll see now, and it does become transparent. Okay, so you can see that's already working now and getting to its right consistency. I do use a fork. You can use a fork or a spoon, but I prefer to use a fork. I find it just gives better results, but it's entirely up to you. So now I'll be demonstrating using apple juice, making up a moderately thick consistency or honey consistency. So again, grab your scoop and make sure you place the powder in the shaker first. And for moderately thick, it's 4 small scoops. Again, just make sure you level them off as well. You'll just get a better outcome. So there's 4. We'll add the apple juice, 200 ml again. Place the lid on. And just give it a good shake. Okay. And you can pour that into the glass and you'll see that there are no lumps. It does actually take a couple of minutes to come to its right consistency. So we've looked at mixing up 200 ml amounts of volumes. Now we're going to look at a larger quantity, 1 litre. We're going to use apple juice, and I'm going to mix it up to a mildly thick consistency or nectar consistency. For mildly thick and 1 litre, you use 10 scoops, but I've pre-measured them already for you. Same principle applies, so place it in the jug first before adding the fluid. So we'll grab the stick blender this time, and I'll start pouring in the fluid and then start whisking it up. So give it a good mix with the stick blender. Now, juices will actually take a little bit longer to get to the right consistency and thicken, so don't panic if it doesn't look right to start with. Just make sure that it is actually thoroughly mixed through. That should be right now. Take that out, pop that over here, and pour it into a glass. And you'll see there are no lumps.
Thanks Lisa for showing us how to thicken up the different consistencies. So now we have a mildly thick, a moderately thick and an extremely thick. And I'm going to use the fork to show you what those consistencies look like. So the mildly thick flows very quickly through the fork. And if I tip it, you can see that it flows slower than water, but it still has quite a good flow on it. It would be easy to drink this from the cup. The moderately thick falls in dollops through the fork. The flow on this one is slower than the mildly thick, and yet it would still be possible to drink this from a cup. The extremely thick holds on the fork. This flows very slowly, and using a spoon would be the easiest way to drink this. So one of the nice things about ThickenUp Clear is that you can thicken up your favourite drink. If you happen to be out at a cafe having a cup of tea or coffee, you can mix it up at the table.